Most people begin with what they already know how to do. They pick tasks they've done before, things that feel safe, repeatable, familiar. That's how most projects start. But that's not how you innovate. And that's not how we do it at our company. We begin with WDSLL. What does success look like? It's not just a question. It's a mindset. Because when you start with the end, when you define what the final result should look like, how it should feel, what impact it should create, you begin to see the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. And in that gap, that's where growth happens. That's where learning lives. And that's where the magic starts.
To show you what WDSLL looks like in action and how it ties into a company-wide focus, I want to share a personal example. Right now, across our organization, we're asking everyone to apply ADD. Automate, deprecate, delegate. We're challenging ourselves to stop doing work just because we've always done it. To use AI tools to rethink, redesign, and relieve us of repetitive effort, so we can focus on higher impact work. So here's how I applied ADD to my WDSLL. I set a bold goal, create and publish a book in 24 hours, with no typing, no formatting, no drawing, only AI, and I did it. Over 300 copies sold within days. But the real achievement was deeper. I automated the writing, deprecated manual layout, delegated illustration, editing, and publishing entirely to AI. The result? A finished book. New creative muscle, time with my family, and proof that ADD plus WDSLL isn't just theory, it's a launchpad for innovation.
Now it's your turn. Start small. 1 WDSLL per week. Just one clearly defined outcome. Let that vision guide your energy, your focus, your growth. Here's what most people do. They start with what they already know. The familiar tasks, the safe path. But WDSLL flips that. When you begin with the end in mind, when you truly imagine what success looks and feels like, you'll quickly find parts of that vision that you've never done before. You won't know how to do all of it yet. And that's the point. That's where the learning happens. Because if everything in your WDSLL is easy, if you already know how to do all of it, then there's no challenge. And without challenge, there's no innovation. Growth comes from doing things you don't yet know how to do, with purpose.
This is what success looked like for me. A coloring book, inspired by a family trip, created entirely with AI, published in 24 hours. Now live on Amazon. And here's the truth. Even if I hadn't sold a single copy, even if I'd missed the deadline, I still would have succeeded. Because I started with a WDSLL. I defined what success would look like, and I challenged myself to get there, even without knowing all the steps at the start. That's the beauty of WDSL. It pushes you into unfamiliar territory, where real growth happens. So let me leave you with this. Even if you fail, you succeed. If you show up, define your WDSLL, and do the work, you win.